Picture this. You are attending the PTM with your parents and your teacher says Jay is very talkative and Jay doesn't pay attention, but Jay is very creative and Jay will surely do better in the next term. You can see how that sentence becomes incredibly clunky, right? And that is why pronouns can really be our friend. Hi and welcome to this video on pronoun usage. So, what exactly are pronouns? Well, they help our writing and speaking to be less repetitive because you don't have to repeat the name of the person or thing you are talking about every single time you mention them. In short, pronouns are words that stand in place of nouns. At the same time, if you're not careful with how you use your pronouns, they can actually confuse your reader. Let's spark the pronoun matching tips at the end of the video. There are several different main types of pronouns: personal, possessive, reflexive, demonstrative, indefinite, relative and interrogative. Up first, personal pronouns. There are three different persons in English: first, second and third. First person refers to the person doing the speaking. Second person to the people being addressed. And third person refers to those other than the speaker and the person she is addressing. Think of it this way. If a house leader is addressing her members right before the annual day, she refers to herself in the first person, refers to her members in the second person, and to the other house in the third person. As in, I am confident that you are going to beat them. Possessive pronouns are a fragment of personal pronouns. Yes, you got it right. These are used to indicate positions. These include my, mine, your, his, hers, theirs, etc. For example, this is my book or this book is mine. It's your turn. That is his or her point of view. This is his or hers box. That house is theirs. Clear? And just so you know, reflexive basically means like a mirror. So, in a sentence, reflexive pronoun like myself, yourself, themselves would reflect off another noun or pronoun that means the same thing, or when a thing acts on itself. Like, I will do it myself. Smita is coming by herself. They will order it themselves. Yes, they will always end in self or selves. Talking about it is used to replace a non-living thing's name in singular form and is also used to denote animals. But you might have heard your friend using he or she when talking about a dog. Well, your friend is not wrong because it's a common practice to address animals using animate pronouns such as he and she, as animal lovers often don't like to use it. But grammarians might not accept it. Also, when you don't know the gender of a human newborn baby, you can ask, is it a boy or a girl? But afterwards, you should not use it for a baby. Demonstrative pronouns point to something like, I'll buy that dress, or take this bag and put it over there. Mark here, the pronoun and the thing exist in the same sentence. So, note, the pronoun doesn't replace the noun with demonstrative pronouns. But if you are not careful with how you use your pronouns, they can actually confuse your reader. So, in order to use pronouns correctly, you have to match them up with their antecedent, which is the word that the pronoun replaces, like John closed the door and he went to sleep. You must match in number and gender. Number means matching plurals and singular. Don't forget, some things seem to be singular when they are actually plural, like a pair of scissors, which doesn't have any singular form. You must also make sure that the gender of your pronoun matches that of your antecedent. If you are referring to a mixed or unknown gender, group or person, you may use they or their. He or she is also acceptable, but many readers find this clunky. So, grammatically incorrect but better sounding they is used more often. Another word of caution about using pronouns is that sometimes you can have what we call pronoun confusion in your writing and speaking. When you use too many pronouns, the reader or the listener might have a hard time understanding who you are referring to. Let me give you one example. In the sentence, he bought a bat for him. You can see that there are two pronouns, he and him. But it's not clear who he and him are, right? When we introduce characters at the beginning of a write-up or story and go on to refer them only by pronouns, it's obvious for the reader or listener to get confused. So, in this case, you can clarify by getting rid of pronouns and actually use the nouns. Like, you might say, Pat bought a bat for his brother. And that's all for now. If you like the video, share it with your bestie and stay tuned for the next one.